Hey, welcome to the Gary Abbott YouTube channel. Today, let's do a budget. I'm going to put myself on the clock. We're going to make a budget in 10 minutes. In the description below, you're going to be able to copy all my categories, but I'm going to fly through them. Let's put it to the test. Can I do this in 10 minutes? Let's go. Follow along. You're going to make a budget. You're going to do it after this, and you can make it in 10 minutes. We're going to start with income. You're going to make categories for income. And the first one is salary, wages, Social Security, whatever it is. You can make this budget for you and your spouse. So I have two categories. Put in the amount that you make monthly, because you're going to, after that, multiply it by 12 to get an annual budget. Enough of the criteria. On this budget that I'm showing you on the screen, I put in somebody on Social Security and they're getting $2,100, and their spouse is miraculously getting the same $2,100 per month. Next, retirement funds. If you're retired, then hopefully you put some money away. And are you going to take from that fund? 2%, 3%, 4%? You decide. Take it from those funds. If you have cash, are you making interest from that cash? Are you buying CDs or have it in a money market account that's getting you today up to 4%? Put that amount in of your interest income that you're getting per month. If you have business income, there's a line for that. Another job, part-time work. Maybe you're making $500 a month doing something, selling hats, making a craft, making jewelry, whatever it is. And then miscellaneous something. Hey, I missed something. There's your income. First column, just monthly. Next, I have a unique category. Saving for retirement or saving in retirement for those one-time expenses that are going to come up. I use it as an example. I have how much do you have for an emergency fund? Transfer to savings, retirement. If you're not to retirement, you need to plug in money here. Investments, education. These are savings amounts, money that's going to come out of your income. I have down other. I need to make sure I have enough money for a new roof every 15 years. So monthly, that's going to cost me $230. Fill this section out. That is how much money you're going to take off your income. It's kind of like an expense, but one that benefits you in the long run. Now we're down to home. Home expenses, mortgage, rent, homeowners or rental insurance. Put that amount in. Take your bill for the year, divide it by 12, put in a budget. Electricity, get out your electric bill, average it out, put it in. Doesn't matter what time of year, but just figure out how, on average, what you spend. Gas or oil. This is if you have a furnace that's run by an oil or you have natural gas. This is where you would put in that bill. What's your water bill if you have one? What's your sewer bill if you have one? Trash. Do you have an expense from your city for trash? HOA or amenity fees. If you live in a community in which you have to pay an HOA or an amenity fee. What's your phone bill? Landline, cell phone, plug it in. Cable, satellite, your TV services, all the purchases you bought to have Hulu, Prime, all those go in here. Internet, how much do you pay for internet? Some of you may not go with cable, but except to have internet. This is where that would go. Property taxes in some retirement communities, plus bonds. What's the bill look like at the end of the year? Or what you anticipate to be at the end of the year. Divide it up by 12, stick that number in here. Lawn, garden, pest control. If you're paying for outside services to maintain your lawn, or those costs go in here. Maintenance and improvements. You know there's going to be maintenance and improvements to your property. Let's do the right thing straight out of the gate. Let's just put a number in. IRS tax brackets. I added this one because it's important. If you have an effective tax rate of 15%, 20%, 24%, you can look at last year's taxes. What's your tax rate? You need to put in money to pay your taxes, especially if you're retired. If you're not, but if you contribute, if you're in the working stages where you have a job and you're taking out enough, you don't need to fill this out. Other, just in case there's something I missed. Next, transportation, car payment, or what you anticipate, auto insurance. How much fuel do you spend per month? Do you know you're spending $20 a week, 4 weeks, 80, it's 4.4 on average, it's, $85, $90 a month. Public transportation, if you live in a big city and you got a pass to the subway, put the cost in here per month. Repairs and maintenance, your car's going to have repairs and maintenance. If it's an older car, it's going to be a bigger number in here, but you got to at least put in oil changes and filter changes and the other stuff that's normally going to come up. Registration, you got to register your car and get a license plate and all those things. Put the cost in here. To make a real budget, you got to do that. Daily living, never talked about, never part of your budget. Groceries. Groceries is becoming a much bigger number than it ever has been. And even if you no longer eat steak and some of these lobster that cost a lot, you still got to estimate what you're paying. Are you going to the grocery store and spending $200 a week? That's $1,000. It's $800 to $1,000 you're spending on groceries. Childcare. Do you have kids? Do they have childcare? Put the cost in. Dining out, this is a fun one because most people have no idea what their costs are, but put a budget. If it's $500 a month, put in $500 a month. Clothing, you do buy clothes, right? Okay, there you go. Put in, I don't know, is it $100 a month? Is it $200 a month? What do you do? Cleaning. Is it supplies for cleaning your house? Is it you hire somebody? If there's anything like that, cleaning, part of your daily living. You're going to get your hair cut. Salon or barber, how much does it cost you per month? You only go every 2 months, put in half the cost. You have a pet? Let's not exclude the pet. The pet is part of your family. It's part of your home costs. Whether you like it or not, whether it's a parakeet, a fish, a dog, a cat, how much do you spend on pet supplies? Entertainment. Do you go out to the movies? Do you go out to concerts and plays? Do you go see Taylor Swift? This is where you would put in. I don't think $100 is going to meet it, but maybe that's $1,200 over the year. You go to a big concert, $300 ticket. There you go. It's in there. Outdoor recreation. Do you play golf? How many times do you play golf in a month? What are the greens fees, cart fees, whatever you've got to pay? Plug in that number there. Now we get into the tricky one. Healthcare. Healthcare is one that never goes in people's budget. Needs to be in there. You pay in healthcare two ways. You either pay a monthly cost for your healthcare with an out-of-pocket limit. You don't know how much you're going to use in any given year. If you get sick, you're going to use a lot of your out-of-pocket. So this is where you want to plan. You might have a great plan that you pay a lot every month, but you don't have the out-of-pocket. Try to estimate what the costs are. This is especially critical for those that are retired and whether they picked a Medicare Advantage plan or they went with the standard Medicare with like a Part G. Those people with like Part G, Part N, they know what their monthly costs are going to be. If it's a husband and wife, double it up, get that price, put it in there. If you have an Advantage plan, even though it's a zero monthly premium, but if they have $3,000 out of the pocket, you may want to put in a number that reaches you to $2,000 you may have to pay. Great if you don't have to use it, but if you do, it was in your budget. Gym membership, doctor visits. Do you have to pay every time you go to the doctor's a $25 copay? How often do you go? Put that number in. Medicine and prescriptions. Here's another big one. Are you on any heart medication that costs a lot of money, or are you just on medication that's inexpensive? You probably have something here. If you're young and healthy and have no medications, great. But it is a budget, so put in the number that you might have to have. If you have animals, the veterinarian costs. If you have life insurance, put in the life insurance costs. Now we're into the fun stuff, vacation and holidays. Do you like to go on a trip every year? Are you flying to the Bahamas every year? Airfare, accommodations, food, souvenirs, pet boarding while you're gone, rental car, RV gas. You could have all kinds of things under this vacation and holiday. Fill in the numbers. If I left something out or you don't have something like pet boarding, but you have some other expense that's not on here, add it in. There you go. There is your budget. What I want you to do is cut and paste in the description below the categories that I did. Put it in an Excel spreadsheet. First column monthly. Then the second column is times 12 of the first column. You get your bigger numbers for the year. Very simple. Your total income minus your savings section and minus your expense section. Gives you how much you're above or below your budget. Something to really do. There it is. Whether it's a retirement budget, just a budget as you're starting out, it sets in some goals with savings if you're younger. It sets in some savings if you're older to plan on those things that might come up unexpectedly. There it is, budget. I hope you enjoyed this very short video. Items in the descriptions are there. Copy them, plug them in, and you're off and running. Very quick budget. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.